or whatever the fuck I just typed in chat there. So I think FM's been memory leaking a lot more lately, because it just caused that a massive crash that caused OBS to crash entirely. So strange. Yeah, refresh streams, chat. FM is now completely, as you can see, it's got like a weird black border around it. I think FM's completely had it. As it happens, I don't think we've actually really done anything since then. Because, like, as you can see, FM is just not doing shit. I don't know if you can even see my mouse on the screen. No, you can't. It's just showing like a dead thing. So I may have to like Alt F4 Football Manager, which is a pain. Luckily, we saved it like a couple of days prior to this anyway, because thank God for that. But that is really, really weird. Yeah, I'm going to have to just crash this. You can see the mouse. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, FM's doing nothing. I basically tried to save it when it all crashed just to make sure it was going to not kill us too much, but it looks like we are going to lose. Oh, you can see it, yeah. Let me just try hitting continue or something, see if there's any... Like, it sort of is recognising that stuff is on the screen, but it's not, like, actually doing anything. And I think at this point, if it was going to, it probably would have done. So I'm just going to have to dip out of it. Let me go full screen for a minute. I have to deal with my... Control S. Oh, I've just end task. I don't think that was going to work anyway. It's the bloody squad planner. I knew it. Right, let me just... Please don't tell me it loaded in the background while that was what happened. A streamer bot crashed as well. No, that's still working. Except for some reason the X button is screen. Okay, let's try and get that loaded again now. Just loading back in. Hopefully we haven't lost too much there. Yeah, she saw us being nice about it. I was trying to be so nice about Pog there. I say trying. And then that goes and happens. That's what you get, innit? But what was I even saying before that even happened? Is Spotify even playing? Oh, it is. While FM reloads itself in the background. Oh, Jesus. This is a new set of issues. It's squatted somewhere, true. Maybe she was just bending down at work to get something off the bottom shelf. It happens. Replacing the Garlo. Yeah, like... Normally I wouldn't, but in this scenario it might actually make sense for us. Because usually it's because in those situations we'll be... The bid will be like 150 million, but we've already got a £100 million transfer budget, and at that point it's like adding a third gold ring to the hand. Like, but how about old work? She finishes on the 29th of August. That's her last day. So it's the weekend. It's next Friday. Yeah, next Friday basically. 8 more shifts, she told me, and that's it then. And then we're doing the half marathon that weekend. Well, she's doing the 10K. I'm doing the half marathon. Let's see. What did we lose? Oh, wait. Hang on a minute. It might have worked. I think it actually did save. I'm pretty certain it saved. It just wasn't visible that it had saved. It had just crashed. Child in front of you? No way. That's weird. I guess, like... The Pog sort of the brunette with the big eyes and the glasses, I suppose, is quite a common trope, isn't it? In before it's saved. Luckily, we use a 3... This is why I use a 3-file rolling save. No, it was literally the same day. Because we were on the match day for this game, weren't we? On the Wednesday, the 24th. So yeah, we lost nothing. It actually did save. It just didn't show me that it had saved. Tremendous. And nothing was lost. Glorious. New record. Yeah, that was a new one. It's always fun when we find a new random crash. It might be that I'm running out of hard disk space. Say hard disk, like space on the drive. Because obviously I make a new save file for every stream. And those are getting to be the size of a gig. So I might have to just dump some of those onto like an SSD or something, like an external one. Nothing of to be fair, like to be honest, even if the stream goes down entirely, nothing of consequence would have been lost. So, oh really? So a lot of stuff mixed chemicals that should be mixed. This is where you're like even less likely, given that I am an accountant. Just mixing chemicals in the back, chefing up some hydrocarbons. Should do massive. Yeah. Probably. Forgive my random spells of like self-deprecation there. Sometimes it goes too far. It's a natural thing that I've just always done. It's one of those like protection thingies you sort of do when you're growing up so that they can't get you if you insult yourself first kind of vibes. Bowers left. 8.25 million. Finally, money has happened. Things you love to... What's that injury? Okay, good. Moonlight at a car wash. They should make a TV show about that. That would definitely be good. Just flagellate yourself. I'd find a way. Right, so Bauer's gone to Almeria of all places. I was expecting an immediate... Obviously, it's because of the length of his contract. They'll sell him for loads. Right, what actual money are we working with? Starts moving itself. Oh, totally, Chris. It's... No, I agree. It's a tough habit to break. It's ironic, actually, considering right before that I was just saying how I felt better in myself. It's like there's the duality of man, innit? So, that's more money for us too, actually. We have £10.5 million in budget now. It's not enough for Claudia, or is it? In installments? I just want to see if it's possible. Because really, I'd like more. 18 mil. Ah, it's a release clause of it. Would he even sign for us now? Okay, he would. The wage would be obscene. Lads, would you sell for 10 mil up front and then 10 mil over the next 5 years? Thank you, Hayden. That was very kind of you. I don't know. It's nice. It's nice to feel slightly more, less, I guess frumpy is probably the word I'm looking for. That's 20 million then. That's more than his release. They may still say no because they want the release clause up front. But usually if you just sweeten the pot with a little bit over it, they sometimes will say yes. Which they... which they won't. Lads, it's the best you're going to get. I'm obviously not going to do this. I just want to see how silly it's the way you run. I don't know if you were here earlier, Hayden, but I had the perfect way to describe how I run, and that would be lolloping. Okay, fair enough. The board are like, what are you doing? Okay, so basically, we can't sign Claudio unless we get actual £18 million available, which is something we can do. I do run weird. Probably just don't have the right leg muscles. Wait, we're actually getting the Bosnian guy now. Nice. Stoke won a bit of Simone Manca. Interesting. Would you potentially take him off our hands on a permanent deal? I guess not. Ask the board to sign just for fun. Do you know what? Might. You can ask them to help with the transfer, but they're not going to do anything useful. It was, I mean, to be fair, you should have known that. You knew I was playing. What about you're going to pay his entire wage of very little? But is that or nothing? Okay, that's weirdly working now, and I don't know why. Loan offers for champion. Oh, hang on a minute. Adelaide United want to pay us £1 million. This song again. This song, no idea. Do you run like Phoebe from Friends? No, it's arguably worse. I don't feel like I run any different, but then when I see it back, I'm like, yeah, no, what? How? Why? I can still run fast, though. It's just very odd. Better than faraway appearances. You know me, I was the one with the Alice band. The other guy with the Alice band. Just do that for the time being. Bastia want a bit of the Tooch? No, I actually don't think I'll do that. No new contract from Barja. We'll give you an extension instead. Pajic is in. See if this was a waste of time. Gallop. Well, that's why I thought that lolloping kind of makes sense, because it's not exactly a graceful gallop either, is it? It's like a proper... Oh my god. I keep nearly accidentally reporting people's song requests, because the Twitch thing skips to the side when you, like, accept them. I run straight up. Standing straight up. No, I don't do that. I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, how is he a B-? Hang on. Happy to sign such a good player? Is this B-team fans I'm hearing about? What? Hop every third step. Yeah. Yeah, that was the manager. That was Lollapalooza. Don't forget your biped. I really shouldn't have used my hands and knees as well, really, should I? That was the mistake. Fulham chase Nagalo. The reason it's saying 82, I believe, is because that's the figure I told him, because I did set it back to unspecified to make sure that we could do that. Did he tell you to do a football? Yes, that was the team talk prior to the game, of course. I can't send you to Ipswich, sadly. All you need is a French side to Perez. That's not one of our guys, is it? That'll be like another random... I should know who that is. Somebody might be a left back or something. Just go prosthetic loaded to run again. On our shortlist, maybe. Yeah, I mean... Probably not a bad idea to dip into the shorties. The short list. What a sentence. We want wingbacks. Okay, none of those. Oh, that's the Patreon list. Thank Christ. So we've got, obviously, him. Oh, wait. Oh, no, that was the guy I nearly signed last year. We've also got John West, the salmon guy. Salmon guy. The problem with the salmon guy. It's because we're in the summer transfer window, Joshy. So there aren't any games. We need to be in the league season for the league games to happen. Acceleration. Yeah, non-EU. Oh shit, yeah, I hadn't thought about that. He's not actually that good either. He does lack a few quite crucial things. High wage. Yeah, what would he actually want in wages? Yeah, no. Shimmy is alright. Everyone runs a bit weird, right? To some extent. Didier Traore. Oh, he's just signed for them. Fuck. Not that really is what we needed there. Nolan Valley was the guy we assessed from... No, he isn't it either. Per Carlson? No. Just don't run. Those are your choices. We can, but remember, we're looking for like a left back. We want like a wing back left mid type of Pella. Usually, basically, it's just a winger with tackling ability. That's kind of what I'm looking for. Even if they've just got like 8 tackling. I mean, Anderson isn't actually the best example. The best example is someone like Ruggieri, really, that can kind of do a bit of both. That's the kind of like... let's just ask about him again. Yeah, just the guy who's like the sort of player that you would describe as a left-sided player without any real more specifics beyond that. That's kind of what we need. And we do sometimes see them. And ideally, ideally we'd sell Ruggieri and then have loads of money to sign whoever we want. But I definitely want more than one. Barge has got a new contract extension. Rosario Central. Let's actually dip into players that exist. Actually, before I do that, let me just send these guys around. I mean, they're always an Italian there, at least. Both left and right side. As long as he's got a left foot. But if he can play both left and right side in both of those positions, then he's just infinitely better. Is he another right back? Of course he is. Oh, he's actually got a bit of pace about him. No dribbling ability whatsoever. He's got the driest mouth of all. Let's just clear that. That's just nice seeing a budget that actually has 10 at the start. Actually, let's look at scouted players just to see if we've got any knowledge of anyone that's like intriguing. Let me just clear the search. Just see who's good. PSV guy. Anyone that's like a random club that we might realistically be able to sign someone from, perhaps. Who's this Thiago? Oh, left back. Here we go. No, he's Argentinian. He's 27, but someone like that is kind of what we want. Shakhtar, he's 16 years old, wasn't he? Or is there a different player? Oh, no, it's a different guy. Sorry, my bad, yeah. Oh, he's a striker. In fairness, I hadn't got it filtered by position. That's me. Let me just filter it so that it's like either or of these guys is competent. There we go. So Napoli guy, and would realistically sign for us as well. Not really interested in a loan, but we could do a loan if we needed to. So he would actually sign for us, which is good news. West Ham and Newcastle. At least these guys are European. But he can't play wing back realistically. The reason I want a guy that can do both is just because it's easier for us then. Kada Tape. Is that the Brazil? Wait, Tape. That's the Aston Villa guy, isn't it? Oh. Yeah, he's barely even capable of playing those roles. He's really good, though. Shinki-Oh of Norwich. What about this guy? No, he's Argentinian. Mamadou Faye. I recognise that name. Wasn't he a guy I had at Le Showinge? Oh, he's still there. I mean, he is... The answer is yes, he is him. My worry is his value is probably massive, but we'll see. 15 to 23 million. That's so much. And he'd want wages that are absurd. Unfortunately, we transferred a little too hard there because he's the kind of player that would be perfect, but not at that price. But that's better. It's at least somewhere along the lines. So we can't say... Anyway, we just add second nationality to this screen. For the... with and instead of or. I guess... That's certainly narrowed it down to 30 dudes. Like, yeah, or a guy that's like from a European nation that's like nowhere near as Like, who's a bit younger, because a lot of these guys are quite old as well. There's a Napoli guy here, Angelotti, who could probably get a loan. Is there an Unlend? Show me the Unlend. I liked that guy from Sheffield United as well, but same kind of problem. He's stupidly expensive, because obviously he's playing for Sheffield United. Only lives to get 45k rather than 4. Yeah, it is a bit weird, isn't it? You'd think that... I think it's possibly because he thinks that by going to Forest or Porto, he will get that amount of money. So that's probably why he's doing it. Oh yeah, he's actually at Slavia. Jesus. He's not good enough to be that expensive. He'd have to be... Also, he has no tackling ability, but it's not the end of the world. But it's weird that he wants that much. Slottermaker. Wait, hang on a minute. Didn't I have you before? Yep, this is another guy I had at Sochaux. 63 grand a week. But never know. Maybe he wants... Nope. It's always worth checking, because we did have a few that were on like 80 grand a week earlier on stream that only wanted like 7 grand. It was really weird. What was I going to do? You caught my child. Let me add in a second nationality filter just so we can see if there's any, like, on the South American guys specifically, because that could save our ass. Although we are losing a little bit. What are the... His technicals are really not very good. Because he is quite young. He's one of those guys that in a few years is going to be really solid, but I bet you they'd want stupid things for us to learn. It's fine. They only want £3 million to loan him. He's not even that good. French guy. 17 grand a week at Ibar. What about Feyenoord? These are, bear in mind, these are just players that we've got scouting knowledge of. Let's just try pure loans instead. Maybe there's a guy that's like way too good, but he might be... Never mind. It's actually arguably a worse crop of those guys. All right, that's just players we have knowledge of. Let's what about guys we don't? Yeah, I mean, it seems like it is actually easier than I remember to negotiate loans going out, at least. It seems to have got better. Mamadou Faye on loan. I don't think they'd go for that. Can't hurt to have a look, but I just don't see any realistic reason why they would do that. Because if he's trying to push for a move, that means he wants out. So by loaning him, I don't know what they would get. They'd probably... I mean, it doesn't mean they wouldn't. Let's have a look. They would, but we'd have to pay £20 million just to loan him. I see. But what if I just paid you nothing instead? And... Well, I can't even put an optional fee on the end of it. For some reason. You drive a hard bargain, lads, but probably not. Sounds like something Nice would do. Very true, yeah. Deal up into something. Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's why they're trying to get rid. He's probably forcing a move. Take out the bonus. Oh, okay. I just want to see if maybe we could hit them with the cheeky little, none of this. Get rid of that. Oh, wait. No, you still can't put it in there. Oh, he's got 1 year left. So yeah, we literally can't do that because there's no... You can't have an option on a player who has an expiring contract. Yeah. God damn it, man. Back to players in range. We'll try just like more broad search here. With the same terms, just... It'll give us more options this time. Plus, we'll still have some knowledge of these guys, potentially. Probably... Ooh. Who the fuck are these guys? I'll tell you what. These are the sort of players that could actually tempt me. None of these three would likely join us, but damn. Imagine if he would. He won't, but imagine. How is he still there? I bet when I add this actually in, he'll be gone. Along with the rest of them. They're all... River Plate must be really good right about now. Won the cup. I guess you'd just be in... This is probably what Nice do, Bagpuss. Was there a guy called Glory John? Yeah, they're all gone now. The only one that we didn't really look at was Aldo of West Ham. Not quite. Not even close, in fact. Tadeo Fernandez. Yes, he is, but unfortunately he's got no second nationality that we could use for our needs. So if we signed him, he couldn't play unless we deregistered one of our non-EU guys. And the only one that we could realistically do that with is Velasquez, and he's too good for that right now. That's the issue. If he just had like a Spanish granny, we're all about it. Right, Scottish man at Bournemouth, Chris Robertson. Oh, I like players that can do a bit of both there, but unfortunately he can't play. Wait, hang on. Didn't I do... Oh, is it done to or again? It's done to or again. Oh, you're right. Yeah, none of you. Shit. Right, give it a minute to resettle itself again. Same exact guys, isn't it? Wait, no. Wait a minute. This guy wasn't there before. He's... No, it's fine. Yeah, I'll give you 100 grand a week. Great value deal for 7.8 million if it wasn't for the absurd contract. That might be why he's still in Argentina, if he's just asking for 100 grand a week every single time someone comes in for him. There's another dude here, Gonzalo Godoy. I suspect he'll have a similar problem because he's 31 now, right? 42 grand a week, non-EU. Yeah, obviously we do have the spot. We do need a younger player, true. Yeah, that's the problem with a lot of these guys. I'm sorting by ability, in fairness. Let me sort by potential. There might be a couple of guys. Obviously, there's him. There's that guy that I really liked. Let me see who's... Let me sort by age. Let me just get rid of, like, not sort by age, but, like, filter it by age for, like, 27 max. Look who's got world rep from there and just see what their contract situations are like. Just on random players. And then I'll switch it over to, like, attributes themselves. So there's Molina there at Red Bull Salzburg. The problem with loan interested players, you mostly end up in a situation where the players that want to come on for you on loan are not really good enough for you, for the most part. There are a few exceptions. This guy's... Not... God, he would have been a fun one to get from the Catholic daddies, I tell you. Does have Spanish second nationality, crucially. But they want £30 million and 60 grand a week. Tough. Going to... I don't know. Till I feel like it, really. You know? Like, I'm vibing right now, so I'm happy to keep going for a little bit. As far as I know, I haven't... Like, Pog finishes work at 3:30 today, which is crazy. Kevin Murphy. At least 2 more minutes. There you go. 76 grand a week. They're even in the Premier League. They are now, but lordy lord. He must have had a wage rise clause. Serbian right wing. Which Serbian right wing? There was... What, Militic? Wasn't he more of a central player, though? Because he had no pace. I thought he had like 10 pace, which kind of sort of just took the sheen off of him from being outside of, like, from being anywhere other than in the middle. What about another Velasquez? God, he's actually not got the tackling ability, but he's listed for loan. Sure, let's we looked at them already. That's what we were doing initially. He's not a U, but he's at least a left-sided player. And the question is whether Everton would actually let us... The thing is, even though he's listed for loan, by them, they would almost certainly still ask for... Scout players, wasn't it? No, before that, it was the shortlist. That's why if I go to the shortlist, you'll see that it's still filtered by the positions we were looking at. There wasn't a lot of players on there that suited those roles. Unfortunately, a lot of the guys that we tagged just happened to not be in those positions. It is quite hard to find those kind of versatile dudes. There's Rolian Goy, Wolfgang Hess. No, that wasn't who I was thinking of. 25. Still only quite a lot of cash, actually. That's the thing. These guys are actually on reasonable... That's the other thing. Like, our wages are actually still quite low in the grand scheme of things. And at some point, they will have to creep up. But I don't want to do that until Ruggeri's gone, because he's got that match's highest earner clause. And obviously, you've got to stagger it, because if you do it too quickly, your entire wage structure's broken. Right. Nobody's really standing out to me. Suici. That sounds almost like Algerian or... Yep. Oh, no. No. There's a reason why he's still playing for MC Alger. Worst DJ ever, by the way. Loney Wonies? Up below Ruggieri. Oh, absolutely. But my point is they're not asking for wages below Ruggieri. They're asking for wages that are like 3 times what Ruggieri's on. Like, Ruggieri's on 34k. So, realistically, like, we can't be putting people on 40k yet, really. Because otherwise we're just giving him money for nothing. Nantes dude. International cap max. Hang on, I'm not sure I understand what you mean. Ronnie Dickinson of Marseille? Angeletti again? Obviously, I'm more interested in the guys we can't see, but like guys we don't know as much. Wow, there's a guy at Serraing here. How on earth he's ended up on this, I have no idea. Random Armenian. He ain't bad. Feels like that we could do with a lot of caps. So, max international cap condition. But which... Oh, yeah, that would filter this screen down. But at the end of the day, the players towards the top of this screen are still going to be the same players for the most part. And realistically, they don't seem to be like the type of guys that were going to be able to do much. Oh, I saw the first name. I thought, oh, maybe he's like Polish or something. But no. Returning cuts inside. He needs right foot. True, but they need to have a left foot too. They can't just be a winging player. They have to have a left foot to play on the left side. It's not like we're inverting the wing backs anymore. They do cut inside, but they need to be able to have a left foot to play the wing in the role. If you look at where they actually activate in game, they still need a left foot. Liechtenstein, Turkey. Yeah, but like, he's not actually any good, is he? One tackling? You're getting nowhere near the defence, my friend. It doesn't help us that we have quite a unique setup that does require weird stuff. Oh, no tackling ability. He's not bad. He actually does have the Spanishness, at least. It is just tough, basically. Simpost, still at Tenerife. C? What have they done to our boy? Why have they done this? I guess they just have so many players where I was quite happy keeping them in like Tenerife B. They've decided that no. 41 caps at 23 is actually very impressive. Cabello and Cube still at Napoli. He is horrifyingly good. Shiro fee free. Oh, that's not like they didn't dox it. That's just part and parcel of the competition. And that wasn't hidden anyway. Like we used to use like credits and stuff on showdowns and stuff back in the day. He's a bit 600 grand a week at Napoli is actually insane. I bet his next contract won't be as good as that. Forgive me. It's impossible to intern intention purely through text. But imagine if there was a voice chat on Twitch chat. That would be shut down day one, wouldn't it? 600 per week after tax. Depends where you're playing, I suppose. If you're in Monaco, it's 600k a week. Yeah, it's Matt Card, obviously. God, just constant screaming, yeah. Luton Town want Chiverica. Why is it only English clubs that want a bit of Fernie? Playing too much Habbo Hotel, that's what it is. Strasbourg and Fatucci, yeah, I'm not allowed. I might actually just take him off of that. Rufino, thank you very much for the follow. Soonish jokes. How do you manage individual training to get the best potential? So, I'm assuming this is possibly like, basically, what I tend to do for individual training is until a player is about 23, I'll focus on additional focuses for the player. So just as an example, Tristan Barnetche. Personal comment. Well, that's the thing. It's tough to intern. What's the word I'm looking for? Interpret. Intain. I've made up a new word. You may run with it. So, for example, Barnetche at the moment, he's 21, so he's on attacking movement training because it's one of the trifecta of goated training focuses, basically. And you can see that obviously you have to combine it with the right training schedules and stuff, but you can get pretty good results with it. When a player turns 23, roughly, at that point I will switch them over to role training, because in theory, by then they'll have rounded out in the way that I'm hopefully trying to build them. It doesn't always work like that, but it usually does. The things I like to focus on the most are attacking movement, final third, and defensive positioning, as those three seem to be the most powerful training focuses. New desk boy. Don't know if that's possible. Oh, what, do I have to respond to this? Oh, it's the shop squad numbers. Yeah, I probably do. Can't I just... It's weird that I can't delegate that to my... He wants number 37. Lad, no. I'll give you a better number. With blackjack and hookers. Oh, you know that random Myanmar guy that was playing for Benfica? He's moved clubs now to someone for like 9 million quid, if I recall. Team leader meeting. Go away! His demands are unreasonable. He's obviously fine because he's just got a new contract. Christ. Was it? Yeah, Stad Rane, which would be cool because we get to play against him this season. And you know what that means. Also, hang on a minute. Pog's out of contract because she was getting released by Angers, right? Pog's there's a fixing the Wi-Fi. Hey. To be fair, my Wi-Fi has been a bit patchy lately. Not the actual Wi-Fi itself, anyway. Luckily, it hasn't affected stream because Ethernet, right? But Pog Murphy. I wonder if she's got a new club yet. Bring Pog home. Oh, she's still there. New contract. And now they've listed her. Wait, did you? They extended her contract solely to list her for transfer. That's so harsh. Pog. End of your contract, you're coming back home, baby. She needs to ask whether she can resign or not. True. I do find it funny as hell that they took her in for a performance review and was like, oh yeah, these are the things you need to work on. She's like, bitch, I'm leaving in a week. What are you talking about? They've also been suspiciously nice to her lately. She's like, I don't understand why. I was like, it's very obvious why. Because you have no incentive to do your job to any reasonable level for the next 2 weeks. They need you to do things, so they're going to be very, very nice to you so that you don't just down tools. Oh, they're quiet quitting, innit? Yeah. She used to do very well in that week. She's got to make a good impression at her new employer. I'm trying to take away her employee discount. It kind of is, yeah. Speaking of which, I'll be making full use of that on Saturday as I need to go buy a suit. Treated like a week, literally. That's exactly it. They're like being stupidly nice. Nancy, you want champion? No, please, not on loan. Proper sale, please. This is the problem with, like, at least we're getting an example of why it's not so easy to sell players. And when people say, hey, just sell them, this is the problem. Like, I'd love to sell some of these guys for even a little bit less money than that. Just somebody be interested would be the dream. How do you set up training? So I use Aaron RDF's training schedules, if that's what you're referring to. Annoyingly, Aaron hasn't renewed his website, so the link that I have in chat doesn't actually work. But someone may have the actual link to the direct download. I think Andrew has that to hand. There you go. What a goat. That he can link straight to. But that's the training schedules I use. Specifically in this, I use the 2-week and the 1-week one. There are others in there too, but I use the general ones as I find that they just give you the overall best results. Malma dismiss. Well, no, you can sign him, please. Please do sign him. In fact, I would very much like that to happen. So his tactics. That's Mr. Tactics to you. We're living go because the COVID started. They couldn't replace you. Great. Ronald, Donald, and Fonald. There you go. The whole family's here. It's weird. I swear last transfer stream, we actually ended up going further into the summer even though we started soon. I guess we had more things to faff around and sort out this time around too. I think what it comes down to really is if we could find a sale for Ruggieri. Realistically, those are younger players. They may have high value, but clearly no one is going to pay us for those guys at the moment. But I do wonder as we head into August whether there'll be more transfer activity in general, because our first league game actually is next weekend anyway. So basically, the folder may not already exist, Big Daddy Cool, if you don't already have training schedules set up. But basically, if you go into My Documents, Sports Interactive, Football Manager 2024, you will have to make a new folder called Schedules. If it doesn't already exist. If it does, drop them in there. If it doesn't, you can just make it. The day after I left, just strutting away. People falling out of windows in the background, paper going everywhere. Respect it. At least we're clapping the friendlies. Something, right? Maybe? Oh, not again. Lads, give it a rest. Let me guess. Kilaza will be on my side. Well, so I'm not stalling anything, Nagalo. I'm actively saying no. It's not the same thing. Jesus, imagine being that worked up into a tizzy about other players' contracts. That's like the third time he's got on it about it. It's like, mate, none of your business. It's not your concern. Did you just leave it? Oh, dear. We should break the wage structure and get 1,000. Well, that is. I mean, obviously, that's not why they're doing it. They're doing it because the game just programs players to get on your back about things that they would never realistically get on your back about in real life. But the way I'm role playing is that that's why they're doing it. No, Porto, go away. Leave him alone. Wait for the end of the season before the season starts. Hey, that's me fobbing them off. Okay. Yeah, exactly. I wish there was an option to basically say, hey, if he gets a new contract, we no longer have money to give you a new contract. And you want a new contract, don't you? Since they all apparently do. Also, half these guys have already said to me that they want to leave. Oh, there's Don. Because they want to play with better players. So it's like, well, why are you so concerned? Source staying put. As far as I can tell, he is. Also, Don looks annoyingly quite good. If only you could play as a left winger. Yeah, you can have your contract. It's like, more of this, please. Okay, cool. Are you going to step aside so we can do more of this? Absolutely not. Farming employees from the scheme had no intention of signing us something permanently. Ah, kind of like basically glorified internship stuff, right? Which is everyone's an intern, and then when they run out of interns, they just go get some more interns. Ooh, hang on. Oh, he's a centre-back. Still quite a good player. Mercenary. But he does have Spanish second nationality. Yeah, Frankie Munoz. Have a shortlist for the youth capped one. What do you mean, Bucket Bombs? Which youth capped one are we talking about? Oh, he's Mexico. I thought that might be Italy. Pedro. This guy was quite fun just because he's a natural libero. He's massively... Wow, that's really expensive even for MLS. He must be really good. And annoying we can't sign him either. They're all just... Magalan? Prefer Matalan, personally. Oh, there's Enzo Molina. That was the guy that we found earlier. I think this guy's going to be really, really good one day. But that day is a long way in the future. Let me just... In a good training. We're actually just talking about them, Slemp. The RDF ones are the ones I use, and I think they work really, really well. We'll just shortlist you for the time being, because you're... John, let's have a look on Christmas list while we're here. We'll just do this first. But then I want to look on Christmas list, because there might still be some players knocking about on there that could be useful. All of these guys, I think, are kind of... Oh, wait, hang on. That guy's not scouted yet. A few of them aren't, actually. Annoyingly, a lot of the ones that might have actually been useful. Oh, I thought that was Ukrainian... Not Ukrainian, sorry, Croatian second nationality. But all of these guys... Bob Bailey's gone on loan. You're not the position we're looking for. God damn it, man. That's the thing, Bear. That's what I was thinking, because we had 3 of the players. Score my youth camps. Yeah, we did the natty cap thing. But I was confused as to what kind of shortlist you were referring to. Because those players just get scouted and they're either good or they're not, basically. Most of them aren't going to be that good, but occasionally you do find someone. It's always worth doing because occasionally you will find someone good, and you can do it a lot quicker than I do. I just sort of make it into a big thing for stream because we like looking at weird players. But you can realistically, you could do it. You could literally just actually select the entire list and scout them like that. That's what we actually used to do. But there's a lot of like trash that gets. See them again. Oh, sorry, my apologies. Yeah, so I do have a filter available. If you do ! Scouting filters, I think it's in there. It's called Natty Caps. Yeah, Cooksley's at Altai now. I wouldn't blame you, Hayden, at that point. Yeah, not even stupid wages. Honestly. Yeah, it should be in there, Bucket Bombs. Basically, it just... you think if you were going to go Saudi, you'd get like 200k a week or something. Considering you came from Porto, it wasn't like you came from Bolton Wanderers. No offense, Bolton. Love you guys. You've kind of just been... You've just gone... Maybe you just really wanted to go somewhere really warm, despite coming from, you know, Portugal. Save you? Oh, I couldn't bear myself. There you go. Saved. He's gone for the love of the game. He just loves the culture. I always knew you had it in you, Andrew. Because it's much harder to stand like a flamingo when you're wearing jeans. I need like a flamingo chair that isn't really a chair. I'm going to hate the heat on me too. Still absolutely dismal outside. At least it ain't going to rain, so I can put some washing out. Because these are the sort of things you have to think about. When did I set a friendly with Hamburg? Xmas list. Yeah, sorry, my bad. Typical Matt Brain nonsense. Aren't you going to be glad when that stops happening as much? Shortlist. Falingo. Who's he? He sounds like he would play for like Corinthians. And also, don't forget, we've still got Svenny Boy, in case it all goes real tits up. Right, Christmas list. Oh, wow, no, there was no one on here at all, was there? No. I don't think I actually had that many players on this list, in fairness. 14 of them. All of which are probably... Oh, it was worth a little look. The folder meant to be called schedules, if you're talking about training schedules. Yeah, that Franco Reyes guy I really did quite like the look of, but Barca got there first. Robbie on this stream? I don't know. You'll find new things. Tucci definitely could... Yeah, 100%. I think he kind of already is now. I've actually moved him up to the first team squad. So it's not the end of the world. But if we do... Okay, I see what you mean, actually. So now it's kind of a case of if Ruggieri goes, then we can use that money to sign someone. Fnatic have it. It's a folder called Filters. It should... If you've ever made a scouting filter, it exists. If it doesn't, then you have to make that folder too. So I got my wires crossed. Used to 30s and goes West Brom for like 2 years. Oh, for sure. Maybe a little loan spell at Hull City or something. But yeah, I think Tucci as a... Wait, there's another one in there too. Oh, it's him. Well, I have tried to sell you. Oh, yeah, he's actually in the process of joining Adelaide United. Vincent Champion. No, lad, look, come on. It's going to try another one for Ruggieri just to see if there's any interest again. God, if someone like Garnier could even leave. Like, Deng is still wanted again. I'm just desperate to see something in there. Do I just risk it on this one particular player and try and offer him out and just see who's interested? It'll probably harm his value, but even if I shave 10 million off of his value, it still could work. God, I'm desperate to see something on the Ruggieri one, though. Like Marseille, buy him, please. I beg of you. Don't cross me. I've crossed every wire imaginable. I would not be very good in bomb disposal situation. I can assure you of that. Barnsley want Trevera now. No. And Barja's off to Norgeland this time. We're actually cooking up a really tasty goalkeeper here. Just with all these loan spells in good leagues. It's nice. See you later, Gordo. Oh yeah, how is your dad? Get your ultra done before clicking right. I've been better at it lately, I'll have you know. Or I've been trying to be better at it lately, anyway. One issue we aren't going to have this year, by the way, chat, is the issue with... Oh, is that everybody registered? Pretty much. Is players for... Oh, that sucks, Gordo. The issue we were having with Europe last year, we've got like 4 or 5 more guys that count as both homegrown trained at club and homegrown trained in nation this year. So we should be able to put a maximum size squad in the Champions League this year at least. Salary of my squad. Do you mean the... Ooh. I could drop... Is that really going to get us much money? That one might. We could put the continental competition down. We get another 2 million quid. Fuck it. We really are scrounging around for cash at this point, aren't we? If I'm actually reducing bonuses to try to get some money. But every little helps. What would help the most, though, is someone buying Lotto and Deng off of me for £30 million. Or even at this point, Nagalo. I think August is going to be a very different kettle of fish. I didn't even look at him, did I? Right, okay. Shazzy, the best player in this, is rich too. I know. Which is crazy when we have 30 million in the bank and some transfer debts too. France are handing out rich very easily these days. And I say let them eat cake. He's a bit good, isn't he? He's another one of those players that I would put into the category of completely irreplaceable. Yeah, for 550k, he's wild. But, I mean, how long until he actually counts as... Because he will eventually get French second nationality. Or tell you what... Shasley might genuinely be the sort of player that could actually no longer be non-EU in like a year and a half. Oh, yeah, we could replace him with like a broom with his face drawn on it, perhaps. 450 days. That's like 2 years. No, a year and a half. So in actuality, we may actually... But I mean, he'd still have to take the extra nationality. I don't know if he would. I think he... Or does it just naturally happen? Either way, there's a few of them that have been here a while. Like Barnett... Oh, no, Barnett doesn't count, does he? Who's the other one? Velasquez. I think those two were both signed the same season. So in a few years, we may actually have a few more little non-EU slots free up in the squad. Maybe. It just takes forever, and you've really got to commit to them. So we can really only reserve those slots for the best guys, no matter what. Let me have a little look at the Zimbabwe national team. We did sign a Zimbabwean earlier, in fairness. Let's see if there's any crazy results going around here. Cluj looking good. Who the... Oh, it's didn't Locomotive Tbilisi. My apology. Their manager's called Zaza. And to be fair, with that hair and that mustache, you can't really say that it's an unfair name. His face and hair suits the name Zaza, is what I would say. Shout out to the Zarsman. Anyone crazy further down? From Marie's Blood. There you go. Man is in Witsec. Oh, for sure. He's just one bad moment away from having a bag on his head, really, isn't he? Zimbabwe way. Zaza on his players. I don't know what that is. What is the Zaza? That sounds like an elaborate adult toy that you don't want to be messing around with. Let's see. Blessed Kapinda. Decent. Dason Fakir. There's our guy. Tatenda Tafira. Immense. Charles Mindirira. That name comes up a lot, actually. Twanda Ngala. Gift Mozokomba. Hang on. Let me just drag this out a little bit. Wrong one. Want to see these full names. Blessing Katsvairo. Partson Bernard. Good. Not got a single game in January. Is it a winter break by any chance? Simon Mistake. And maybe he could have been. I find the better names are often in the lower squads. For whatever reason. Double intensity. So it's, I believe it's double, normal, half, none. From right to left. I think... Chat will correct me, but I believe that's the correct setup. Blessing Rosawo, Andrew Toner, William Banda, Denzel Tavarisa. You exactly imagine, you just don't realise it. Sounds like I would do. God knows Chindungwe. That's my favourite one so far. God knows is the first name. It's tremendous work. And under 20. Oh, there's a few. Bongani Doob. Liberty Dakwa. Oh, there's Carlington Mashumba. Leroy Bavunda. Peter and... Oh, no, there's a different one, actually. Godfrey Chinani. Vincent Rakuto. Big fan of God Knows. Double, normal, half, none. Not double. That's the one. I always get that confused. Oh, that's narrow. The manager was called Liberty. Liberty. Sorry. That advert annoys the shit out of me. But it works, because it's in my head now. I can't get Liberty Mutual. I forget what they do. I think probably insurance. If it's advertising during NASCAR, it's either insurance or some form of drug. Basically. Where the side effects take longer than the actual advert. Play search screen for Zimbabwe players. Oh, you'll find loads, but we'll be there a while. Do that again? I mean, come at me. So the Northern Irish team at the moment, there's actually a guy, Angers. Oh yeah, he's scored against us, hasn't he? Johnny McVeigh at Chelsea. Colin Matthews at Dinamo Zagreb. Love that for you. Couple of Everton lads. Owen McLaughlin at Fenerbahce. Love it. Alex Crooks at Fiorentina. Guy at Fulham, of course. Couple of Borough lads. A title winner with Motherwell there too. Two guys at Rangers as well. Ross County. And then just Chris Platt there at the bottom. No Glenn Coates. He may have retired. He's pretty old. Not having ads. Weirdly, I still kind of... I find it charming. Plus, I'm usually watching on like... Sorry, what I mean is I'm usually flying there and watching it live, you see. I don't think he has retired internationally. Maybe he's injured or something. Oh yeah, retired from international football. He actually retired 4 years ago. He retired from international football at 29. I'm a level with you. If I'm Northern Irish, I'm pissed at that. Greatest player we've had in a generation. They're like, nah, I think I just bin it all in at 29. Oh, I could watch it on the NZ channel for sure. That's how I do it. I watch all of my television live. Van der Heyden offer. Who? These guys must be on hidden shortlists that I just forgetting about. All in Rodash. What a guy. He is not developed at all. Okay, that's it. I'm taking Tucci off that list. Just annoying at this point, isn't it? Northern commentary. Oh, yeah. The Saudi feed is like that. Like the general bare bones international feed that doesn't even have like the Fox and NBC graphics on it. So there's not even any sound at all. Not even like car noises. That's funny. Oh, he's not actually on there. Oh, in that case, they're just chancing there. Hang on, wait. Chelsea and Liverpool are interested. Lads, please, I beg of you. It says they're interested. Please. Best current Northern Irish international in the past 20 years. David Healy. Fulham legend. And it's not just because I couldn't think of that many more. Johnny Evans is very good as well. But it's David Healy, isn't it? It's the Healy monster. I think it's Joe Gomez. Not Joe Gomez. Joe Allen. It's fine. But the answer is still definitely David Healy. This is where like, Matt, that was 21 years ago. That was 21 years ago. Current Bradley. What a strange name. Roy Carroll fuming. The only thing I remember about Roy Carroll is fumbling that one over the line against Spurs and then it not being given. One of the more famous how on earth did they miss that moments. It feels like Sochaux are like the world famous team that just come to other people's testimonials every single summer. Defender who never got yellow cards. Fernandinho? Oh my god. Didn't Kyle Lafferty have an absolutely crazy end of his career where he was just playing for some of the strangest sides? And this is where you're like, Matt, he's still playing. No offers for Deng. But what if I want offers for Deng? Have they considered my needs in this? Right, let's transfer list him and just see, because I don't see him having a future here. I just want to see if anyone's willing to put some money on the table. Although what I will do actually is... So he's transfer listed, but there's no asking price. Interesting. Palermo's one of them, yeah. Yeah, Charlie Austin plays for... I saw this the other day. I actually can't remember the name of the team. Putting a fee on helps. I mean... That's what it says. I didn't set the fee. I guess if I set it to 30... Because I don't want to sell him too cheap. At a certain point, it becomes pointless to sell him. If they, say someone's like, oh, I'll give you 10. To me, that's not worth it. He's actually much better than that, and we'd be missing out. Unless they let me put a clause in for like 50% of next sale fee, because we could probably get another 10 from that. That would start to become more worthwhile at that point. Jesus, lads, no, don't get injured. Please don't injure the one player I'm desperately trying to sell. Like, let's say... He'd be happy with that asking price. What about 30 mil? I'll keep you at 30. Someone gives me 30 mil for you. Maybe a newly promoted Premier League side. Worked out well for Salford last season. It didn't, but they don't know that. You stupid man. Vincent Champion turns down the loan to Adelaide United. That was going to net us a couple of million quid. Amazing. Good work there, Vincent. Why wouldn't he want to go to Australia? It's beautiful. And he gets to be away from us, taking the piss out of his physical attributes. And if he did go to Adelaide, you never know, maybe he'd actually get to the gym. Down on, I don't know, some kind of muscle beach in Australia. Is it Bondi Beach? That's probably not right, is it? That sounds delightful, yeah. Maybe Adelaide United are just on like an absolute downward spiral. I don't know. I don't know many beaches. He's going to go to Byron Bay and play with Parkway Drive. Hello, Marius. Actually, it's interesting. Weirdly, I don't know where it was. I think it was yesterday. I just randomly thought about you. I was like, Marius, that's someone from chat. Hope he's well. And now we get to find out. This is where you're like, no, I won't tell you. Kangaroo Island. Okay. Intriguing. I don't know why this has triggered that in my head. It's because Pog bought a magnet in Austria that says there are no kangaroos in Austria. But then that reminded me, that wedding I'm going to next month, my mate and his missus, or soon to be missus, have got, this is a rather sweet idea actually. They basically requested that people bring with them to the wedding a magnet from where they're travelling from that they can all put on a big board. It does, Duke. You'd be pleased to know that it does in fact work the other way. Can't compete the new one. Are we talking about Pog? So, obviously she had to get the train to Cambridge. So, at the moment her bike isn't even working properly, so she's having to walk to the station, which is like a half an hour odd walk or something. We don't live very near the station. Then obviously walk from... So it's a lot of walking, which is obviously good for you still, but it takes time, right? Catching trains and also paying for trains, more importantly, than just having the time taken up. So she's going to save about 2 hours per day. There's magnets everywhere. This is a very touristy place, so there's just like little trinket shops where you can buy. We have them on our own fridge because, you know, we just really like where we live. And a smile can't be much better. You love to see it. I like when people just come in and bring good vibes. It's tremendous. It saves me having to do it, you know? It means I get to be an absolute curmudgeon. Which is a fantastic word that is not used enough. At the kitchen shop. No kitchen shops. You'll have to get your La Crusade from somewhere else, Bay. I know you're a big man into your kitchen pots. Like Grietebusch, for example. Do you get a Slough fridge, mate? I didn't, no. They didn't sell them in the stadium as far as I'm aware. Magnets, how do they work? One day we'll find out. Science will tell us eventually. Why is my watch going off? Oh. Actually, ironically, literally was my mate that I was just talking about. No, not you as well. No, Mohammed. We're not doing this too. Ah, what a good lad. Why did the others not believe me? On a university challenge. Can't remember the question. Was it, what city is beautiful and has a big old massive cathedral in that? Oh. But yeah, so Pog's going to save about 2 hours a day when the new job starts. And that's like 10 hours a week, which is crazy good. Sydney FC's stadium. What's happened to their stadium? Are they getting a new one? Salisbury. No, I've never been to Salisbury. Something nickname of the cathedral. I didn't know I had a nickname. With the and that. Well, nothing I say has ever sounded professional, in fairness. You're probably right. It's weird that he now suddenly believed me again, unless it's because we dropped back to secure again. Discord today, but he had a good list if you did. Wait, hang on. He put that publicly. Oh, my Discord apparently crashed along with the rest of the thing, so I can't even load Discord at the moment. It seemed to go down with the rest of the stuff, and it is now broken. Amazing news. Well, shit. I didn't realise that was public. But if so, any QOL suggestions? I mean, extend all loans button. That's the dream. Yeah, that UCL money is going to be... It'll be brilliant. Next season, our budget will be likely to shut for remediation work. Taxpayers won't foot bill. I don't know what remediation means. So, what's the TL... Well, like, what is going on with their state? It's one of those things where I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I don't understand what the issue is. Drainage problems. Yeah, but, like... Is that a big deal? Get a better drainage for your stadium, Sydney. Or something. Ooh. Mashago. Hey, what about Mashago? He's not worth very much, but surely they'd be interested in him. Ah! Ooh! Excuse me. Sorry. Yes? £828 million stadium. Now being closed for... Oh, I see. It costs all that money and it's already fucked. Right. I see. The sort of shit that people have to do on new builds quite a lot, right? Okay, if we get £8 million from Mashago, suddenly we're starting to get into the realms of actually being able to buy someone. God, it'd be nice when we buy people next stream, wouldn't it? What a delight that will be. Although we're nearly up to the first league game. The Shire I don't recommend. What, the remediation? Velasquez of Penny. Wow, he's... Hang on, how old? Spirited. Ridiculous. Oh, I don't know. Let's see. Wait, the reunion Malagasy dude at Mets actually isn't... I mean, he's not great, but He's passable. That's the worst part. I see. You want to hire a better plumber. There's your problem. Del Vecchio, hang on a minute. This guy here, Italian-Argentinian. If this... I think we've looked at this guy before, but if not... Ooh. Now then. This provides an opportunity. Because he's 17. Now, that means he might not sign for us, actually, which could be the problem. But he does have good passing. Victor Hugo Del Vecchio. But he's got Italian second nat. I'm concerned he won't sign for us. Oh, fuck's sake. Birthday in 2 weeks. Perfect. He's one we get before the end of the window then, if the money's right. Because his E-Unis would mean that there's maybe... Will still be a while yet, because... Oh, my God. Santiago Velasquez is actually really good. But... with the right fee. Okay. He's definitely an option. What about you? Nah, not quite. It's better. It'd be nice to free up Patini a little bit of space in the squad, but Velasquez is actually better than I thought he was. I think he might have actually developed a little bit, even though it looks like he's like maxed out. I guess it's just because the form starts wobbling around a little bit, but he looks like he might have improved a little bit. That's fine. We'll keep that exactly the same, right? Just want to make sure that my assistant... because sometimes they remove them here, and I want to be careful that doesn't happen. New York want Prince. How old is... so even Prince isn't worth anything, sadly. You hate to see... Wow, a lot of people do not like training. I don't blame them. It's boring. The fact that we start off... I feel like France does this every year, but it is really weird that we start off with a Sunday game straight into a midweek game when there's almost no Wednesday... like midweek games. Because Africa's... I think it's the same, but we'll check. I wonder... Can you remember if they were the same season or whether we bought Velasquez like a window and a half later? Either way, he's either going to be 2.5... He'll either be a year and a half before he counts, or it will be 2 years. So we're getting there. I do have the data Syria and Loaded Maris, and weird stuff has been happening. Not so much the winners, but we had some really... Actually, there have been a few weird winners. Alpha, 7.5 million for Machego. Which means 6.9 million, which actually means 6.3 million in total. That's not bad. I wonder if we could attract some interest. It feels like when you've got an intermediary offer like this, no one ever bids. Oh, well, that's actually under the bid. But then that would probably still earn us more money anyway, wouldn't it? 2 to win there. I don't recall it being this difficult to sell. Even with Sirens, it felt like it wasn't this difficult to sell players, especially good players. But I wonder if it's just because we have so many leagues on that the clubs are all just in massive financial damage because of how long this save's been going on. They've just never found a good way to get any kind of money coming in. Whereas I thought it would actually be the other way around. Maybe there's like a balance in between. Elite Syrian. Holders are currently Viking. But as you can see, there have been a good number of different winners throughout this save. Well, actually, I say that. It's mostly been Bodder, Bran, and Mulder, as it goes. No Rosenborg at all, actually. One little win in there for Stabæk, and then one in there for Viking. But we've also had years like Honifus. Came second in the league. They got promoted, came second. And, well, I mean, look how it's going for them now. They had this very strange thing where they came up, came 8th, came second, and then just disappeared again. Really, really strange. Yeah, Nutbusters Songdal has actually kind of crushed it. Oh, no, they haven't. They were crushing it, which is weird, considering he's surely still playing for them. But their manager is Håkon Helland Bredsdorf Hotved. Great name. Pretty good manager too, actually. But he has only just taken over, which suggests that they lost their coach. Which would explain their sudden drop-off. It was a guy called... No, Troy Jules was the... Oh, they sacked him. The guy that got them where they were, they sacked him. Naturally. First viewing yesterday. Told to put in an offer because it already offers. Feels too easy. Yeah. Plus, they always say that, don't they? I've never been to a house viewing, but... Although, admittedly, this was for renting. Where they haven't said, oh, yeah, you need to put this bid in immediately. We've got, like, 50 people. And I'm like, I don't believe you, but also, I'm going to anyway, obviously. So their manager is Sydney Zunbrun. They are... we don't have that league turned on anymore, unfortunately. But it looks like they've been in it the entire time, from what I can tell. Oh, no. They did do a single season in the top flight. More players of a certain nationality. You take a Spanish team. It's like, it's not really. I mean, the only way that you could get more players from Madagascar in your Spanish team would be to have a Madagascan affiliate club. And even then, that's pretty rare that you'll actually see anything from it. It's not really something you have that much control over. The only other thing you could have is if your manager is Malagasy. That would also tend to. So we occasionally get guys in. Oh, sorry, my bad. Unfortunately, Marius, I'm going to have to refund that lookup just because there is not an easy way for us to look at the European managers anymore. They took it out of the game for some reason on this year's game. It's really dumb. So you know how you used to be able to do the drop-down thing and just go through them like that? You can't do it anymore, and there's no screen that actually shows them all. We even tried to find one a little while ago. There is a way that you can see them, but not in My Save for some reason. You can do it through the staff screen, but on My Save it just doesn't work. No one's been able to figure out why. It's super odd. Why is this not working? There we go. So we want Conference League. I take it they never got into the groups. No. Fourth qualifying. They got pretty close. Lost to Salernitana there, to be fair. Lost to Brumby there. They've never managed to get past into the groups, though. That would be so cool if they did. I can't deal with morals in Slough. See? Told you. Slough, lovely place. Middle of a recall for dangerous airbags. There you go. Host went off accidentally. Yeah, you don't want that. They've lost a nice spread of teams. Have they lost any team twice? Oh, they played against Kekshmet. They have played some quite good seasons. Like, losing to Dinamo Zagreb, you'd expect that, really, wouldn't you? I have no idea, Marius. Like, so, for example, if I just go to, I don't know, Jordan, right? There used to be little arrows here. But you can no longer click them. And the way that it's supposed to work in your own save, for example, is if you go into job security, you should be able to see this. But for some reason on my save, it no longer shows international jobs on this screen. No matter whether they're insecure or not. It just doesn't show up no matter what you do. But I think it's just a glitch that only seems to apply to my save for some reason. Oh, it's Vetter. Wait, hang on. I thought his contract expired. Are you trying to get rid, lads? Not being funny, right? But we could actually do that. Just for extra squad strength. Alexander Vetter, 41, albeit 41, but it's on a loan. And we can afford it. So it wouldn't count for the match highest earner clause. But just getting Vetter for... I mean, we know how good this guy is. Having him and Binder rotating around means I could potentially loan out Oscar for a season to actually get him permanent football. Not permanent football, you know what I mean? Like, send him out on loan, get him like a 30-game season somewhere properly, because he wasn't really developing as much here for obvious reasons. We did lose Bauer as well, yeah. Like, he may choose them over us. Injury prone. Look at him. Like, plus we've had it before. Like, he had no issues with us. He's an extraordinary player. It's only orange. It's not too bad. So is our main striker, actually. He's consistent. No indications of big matches, actually. Oh, one thing we didn't look at with that random Mexican guy is we didn't look at his big match attribute. I was spelling that right the first time round. Because he's 22, so we should have been able to see it, right? Oh, okay. We was there. We just didn't notice it because it wasn't, like, either way. So he's neither one nor the other. Final one, King. I get the feeling he'll probably choose them, but it would be so sick if he did join us. It'd just be nice to get a player back that maybe he'll join us because he's worked with us in the past. Like, you'd hope that FM has enough stuff like that with the personal relationships that it would actually make that become a factor. I don't know how much of a weighting factor it would be, though, that he's worked with us in the past and I let him move to City. Like, I didn't stand in his way. That's a good point. Probably there's nothing. He was with us long enough, and I don't think I pissed him off at any point. In fact, I'm pretty certain that the moment City bid, I went, yeah, lad, off you go. Let's have a look. Yeah, I mean, it kind of does, because you've got the, is it Unhappiness? Very close. Holds me in highest regard as a manager. So in theory... Oh, that's hilarious. City triggered a contract extension to stop him leaving for free. So he's now asked to leave because he was leaving for free. they do that? When he was going to be leaving anyway. It's odd that they would... I guess if they've... That is really weird. I kind of want to see if this goes through. I think he might choose them, but we are in the Champions League. That should be a deciding factor a little bit more now. To get some money, I suppose, yeah. But they're not going to likely get any money, because if they're only loaning him, no one's going to buy him for the fee that they'll want. And he'll just leave for free at the end of this season instead. Because remember, they're loaning him out for zero money. I mean, I guess there's his wages, but that's not really doing a great deal, because we're only paying 30% of it. If they'd have let him go, they wouldn't have been paying 70% of his wages for a season. Oh, hang on. Frederick Herholt. I do love a bit of Freddie Herholt. Very expensive wages, though, Freddie. But he would be an interesting option in case the Velasquez stuff starts to go a bit titsy-upsies. We do like Freddie. He was, then again, but he was a backup player for us at Tenerife, and it's like, is he likely to have developed enough? We had him at Tenerife. Feta, oh shit, that's not good. Feta was at Tenerife with us. We signed him for, I think he cost quite a bit of money. But then City came in right before our final season there and gave us 30, I think it was 28 million, rising to 40, which they have now got the money for because he actually did play 50 games for City in the Prem. And we just bit their hand off because my logic was he's probably not going to get a lot better than he is, but getting 40 million for him is worth it. Won't go to hell ever trying to get him decent money. Yes! Forget who the England manager in this save is. Oh yes, it's Vincenzo Italiano, of course. Those promises, I'm guessing, those promises all expire on transfer deadline day. Because they all expire in 25 days, which is roughly transfer deadline day. So those promises will be fine as long as no one bids for them. Which, weirdly, no one is. 7-1. Oh my god. Nice are going to be absolutely appalling this year, aren't they? How many players have Nice lost this season, actually? They've actually only sold these guys. There might have been a few more. They almost always trigger those extension clauses if they've got them. Oh, they give you more time, as if, like, I have any involvement in this. Can we talk about the fact that Nice have signed Manny Whitby? That's kind of nice. I mean, they're going to get absolutely murdered this season. Nice are going to get relegated very hard. What was his wages? Oh my god, you're right. They're paying him £500 a week. He was only like 15 grand for us at Tenerife. He's come from Man City and Nice have convinced him to be on £500. What? I know they haven't got any money, but like... Yeah, I suppose it is... No, that guy's on £550 a week as well. And that guy. Is this just the maximum they're allowed to offer? Nice have signed 3 players and they're all on £550 a week in Ligue 1. Isn't there a limit to how much you have to be earning in France? I swear there's a minimum wage rule. Oh, it's the minimum wage rule. That is the minimum wage. So literally, Nice are signing players in the top flight of French football on minimum wage. They're going to get so relegated this season. I mean, they've lost 7-1 on the opening day. Ah, yeah. They've gone from being 9th favourite to dead last. 400-1 to stay up. This season from Nice is going to be crazy. That might end up as a TikTok tomorrow. Except there's probably not enough time. Hello, Dupe. How's it going, man? It was lovely seeing you at the weekend. That's definitely one for Weird FM. But that might be one we have to do like after the season finishes, because I suspect that Nice are not done being crazy yet. Yeah, I mean, that's an insane, like, situational. Like, the fact that they were a Champions League team in France for 16 years, and then the arse fell out of them, to the point where they're now 200 million in debt, in administration, and are signing players on minimum wage in the top flight. There are players in like the 6th tier in England earning more than that. Do you reckon that's because they're literally not allowed? Wow, 1%. They're not allowed to offer them any more money because that's like they have no... Shit. Like, it's just not possible. At least for loans. They haven't got any players that are good enough. That's the problem. We actually did look at their squad. The moment I found they were in administration, I team reported their entire squad, but there was just no one there really other than the guys we signed. Like that guy I got for 30 grand that was worth it. 6 outstanding transfers. You're gonna have to be more specific. Like this season, I've made enough of them, right? So, oh, by the way, Lyon didn't get promoted. Paris FC beat them in the relegation playoff, so Lyon stay down there. Left side of the screen. Hang on. On the menu, which... Hang on, how do I get to that menu? Some of our youngsters. Oh, I don't want to help them. I want to see them crash and burn. It'll be funnier. Plus, you're still limited by the number of loans you can do. Yeah, we took a 15-year-old dude off of Nice who was... His value was between 30k and 350, which we thought was really low. But then they let us have him for 30 grand. They were desperate. League on football. But again, we've got to limit how many loans we can do. And wow. I don't think it's likely to make any difference. It's not something I intend to do. I'd much rather watch them crash them. It's just funnier to see what they get up to when they can't sign anybody. Tucci's not going out on loan, damn it. But I definitely think Tucci will have more of an impact on our first team this year now that he's actually up. Him and Carapici, I think, are the two guys that are stepping into the fold this year that weren't really a factor last season. Thing is, we know for a fact that next stream we're going to end up doing a shitload of business in like the 2-week period between now and then anyway because of contract clauses. I don't think these two are going to be appearing in any games. Right. I figured today we'd at least do a league game, which is very, very rare for a transfer stream. So I figured we may as well finish with a league game. Twara back, by the way. Probably still spending moon money. 12 million now. We have 12 million now. I think we can definitely get some more over the rest of the window. Teams will probably start doing more business then, and we can finally get rid of a few more guys, in theory. Right. Rezic in there for the time being because of Nagalo's injury. Velazquez and Al Hassan. That's still good. Shazli, Alec Chowie, Velazquez. I feel a bit bad for Peter Bashir. But for the time being, I will keep him on the bench. Let me just sort the other guys out who aren't available. I'd like to put Tucci on the bench for today, so I've got him there. Yeah, I decided to go on a bit late today, Darren, just because we hadn't... I felt, honestly, if I'm being totally honest, I felt bad that we hadn't made that many transfers, even though I know it was physically impossible. So I wanted to go on a little bit longer so we had more of the transfer window to try and find a way to do that, even though that didn't happen. We'll get Champions League money, although we don't get that, I don't think, until the window shuts, actually. Because you don't get that until the playoff round finishes. Which is annoying. It's like, we know we're going to be in it. Just give me the money. We'll have Habib... Oh, actually, wait. Catfishing us? Exactly. So that's the Bongani Fortune as well. Is he first team squad? Oh, he was loaned last year, wasn't he? He's definitely going to be around the squad this year too, for sure. And Nikolic is here. I think this bench is... Like, the lineup overall, obviously, pretend Nagalo's in the lineup. It's the same. But... Oh, actually, I was doing Ruggieri there, wasn't I? Macau... Oh, he is, actually. Nah, it's a loan. It's not worth that much either. But if someone was interested, it would free up more space for good... Ooh. Okay, interesting. I almost think he's too good to sell for that price. Because when it comes to the point where we're selling players like that for so little when they've got such what looks to be quite a bright future, I think at that point you're just cutting off your nose to spite your face. Because the very types of players that we'd be using that money to sign are people like him, right? If say it was like 30 million, then I'd do it, but I don't think it'd really be worth it to us at that point, because then we get, what, £6 million to then spend on someone that's just like as good as him, but probably worse. He's way better than that, yeah. But yeah, the additions of Tucci, Nikolic, Carapici, just to the team, they do add a bit of depth. which is nice. Wow, no interest there at all. Know where that formation works? I mean, season 19. What I might do next time is just have a random formation I keep switching to just to bait first-time chatters. Not that you are, Ollie, but that would be fun. Although this one kind of just does the same thing, even though it actually does work, doesn't it? Right, we owe them. To be fair, there should be an option that says we owe them revenge for the fact that they keep poaching our bloody youth players. Okay. They've still got Antoine Accard. That's kind of nice. The Syrian guy that we actually brought through as a youth prospect. I can't remember if Steinmetz ever actually did sign for Red Bull Salzburg because he rejected their contract, I think, at least twice. It would be nice to start with a win, especially against someone like Auxerre. That is ludicrous. Oh, just you wait. It absolutely does, and that's the beauty of it. Got us into the Champions League last season. That's why we've been struggling to sign players, though, because it does require a very specific set of skills. They've got Ferrari at the base of the defence as well. I bet he has no pace. He's not slow, actually. He's quite good. Ooh, nice work. I mean, he's 32, but they've got a good one there. Any game show? Ooh, I feel like that'd be quite fun on the chase. Maybe, actually, like Mastermind. Yeah, I kept thinking it was Duncan as well. I think it's Dukan or Dukan. Auxerre were very good for that kind of thing. So was Sochaux, to be fair. That's one of the reasons I was kind of curious to take over here, because they are a historically very youth-generatey... They're basically a youth factory. Yeah, I think Mastermind would be fun. Oh, no, come on, Dennis. Don't run away from the ball. Well, we're off to a flyer. My special category be... Ooh. Probably flags, isn't it? The South African guy hasn't got the work rate. And he doesn't have very good passing either. He's very much a centre-back who's not quite tall enough to play centre-back. But if his other attributes continue to improve, he's the kind of guy that you could potentially carry if he becomes really good on the floor. An unfortunate start to the game for us there. Catchphrase. Oh, I remember catchphrase. I used to watch that down my nan and granddad's all the time. Tristan's through. Oh, come on now. It's one of these games to start the season. Good bit of play, though. Don't know what Tristan was really dicking about with. We are going to need Regic to not be shit, considering he's in for a while. Supermarket sweep. Those were the... Game shows were just better. Nostalgia is just not what it used to be. The whole front line's kind of struggling a little bit, even though they've got the match fitness. Well, most of them do anyway. Did they? Oh, they did, yeah. It's just not the same. Naked attraction. Ain't nobody want that. Regic all the way through. Oh, come on now. We are getting very unlucky with some of the highlights that are going against us in this game. Like... No, haven't you heard? Millionaire FM streamer. Don't need to go on there. It'd be called Who Wants to Be a Me? It wouldn't. Yeah, we are unfortunate to be losing this game. Particularly as these are the sort of matches that we're going to need to win to get back in the Champions League again. Like, what are we even playing at, lads, here? Yeah, I'm only on the celebrity version. That way people can go, who? Takeshi's Castle, actually, yes. Do you know, more people have been in space than have won Takeshi's Castle. Sorry, more people have walked on the moon, I think it was, than have won Takeshi's Castle. How is that? We are getting some of the strangest highlights in this game. Some sex suspicious streamers. Right, come on. This is where we need Bashir, really. Oh my god, the amount of times we've hit the postal bar in this match. Oh wow, he's actually through here. That's it. Nice, well played. We are struggling a little to actually just find the back of the bloody net with one of these chances. Bonneche again, and he's tackled, and that is going to be a foul. Wow. You break your bones for comedy. My bones are very brittle, it seems. The amount of pain I'm in still from Saturday. Win the football match. Which match? Oh, shit. We are crap. Come on, not like this. Saturday. Oh, no, we lost. But it turns out that we were cheated. For they had an extra player for the last 20 minutes of the game and no one realised. Binder's all the way through. Semi Binder. Oh, my God. Come on. That was a really nice goal. This game is just full of weird highlights. That was a pretty weird looking one as well. The fact that he gets that close but still cuts back onto his right is very unusual. Like, he picks the ball up there and just go straight through. But it's the fact that he then chops back to his right foot, slots it home. That's more like it. It was 5-3 in the end. Right. In comes Karapichi. In comes... Neither of them are fit, to be honest. But he's focused. Shazley struggle, but we've got... Actually, I'm going to put Stoyan on the right. Did I score? I did not. But I aided 2 goals for the opposition. It's a charity match. Obviously, I'm going to be charitable to everybody, right? That's what's supposed to happen, right? Someone with a card right. I loved the one that had the boxing beast. You know the one where they had to run through the random doors and some of them were just boarded up. And there was this one dude in there, just a giant like samurai costume, but he was called the boxing beast because he had boxing gloves on. That was my favourite. Karapichi, goal on his debut. No, don't you dare take that away from my boy. Yes, come on. Sochaux 2, Auxerre 1. Get in. Dardan Karapichi scores his first goal in French football. That was nice. Who got the assist on that? Was that Binder again? Or was it Velasquez? Of course it was Velasquez. That was nice. Brings it down on his right. Bats it out of the air. Lovely. The bowling one. Yeah, I just loved Takeshi's Castle. Every day before school, it was on Challenge TV, and I would watch it because it was just the best, right? Still don't, to this day, remember if I ever actually saw anyone win it. I know that they did, obviously, but whether I actually saw that specific episode. What a show it was. I mean, in the end, it would be a deserved win. It's just odd how long we've taken to get it. No, lads, what are you doing? Just, please, somebody go, oh, well played, Velasquez. I mean, took your time getting to it, but, oh, no. We're going to wear a penalty, aren't we? Oh, he's missed it. Anderson can really do with a rest, I realise, but unfortunately, the only option off the bench would be... Oh, Tucci, of course. That's why we have Tucci on the bench, Matt, you melon. Oh, it definitely has happened, but just not frequently. Oh, yeah, that's one way of doing it. So we've got... What? We're in the 95th minute of this game. But it's good that we managed to get Tucci into the game, and even if it's only just for a few minutes. And to get Karapichi off the bench, and for have him score the winner, in theory. That is really good news. Oh, no. Don't you dare do this to me. Not in the probably 6th minute by the time this comes in. Well played, Al Hassan. I just want to see Tucci get a touch. A touchy, if you like. Karapichi, here he comes. Tucci's on the ball. Okay, it's an average pass. Karapichi again. Dardan. Oh! Oh. $5,000. Is that it? I suppose that was probably worth a lot more back then, right? But either way, Karapichi looks very nice. Comes off the bench. I like his running. He makes the same kind of runs that Nagalo does. Is that because he's got on both feet? Yeah, he is. Okay. Right, what we need to start working with you, because you've already got the pace, is final third or attacking movement. Oh, definitely that. Because he's already got 11 composure that could do it. But if we get him on final attacking movement training, he will start to flourish. Is it hosted by John Cena now? Total Wipeout was another banger of a show, to be fair. Thank God we got that dub. We got what we deserved, but rode our luck a little bit. But a win's a win. Shame about the fact that we have to play midweek, though. Could really do without that. But at the very least, imagine if we were doing qualifiers or something. That game would have been rescheduled and then it would have just shuffled it all back. It's good to get some of these league games done now, where some of the other French sides will have been playing, presumably, some kind of qualifiers, which will cost them dearly. Okay, is that going to do the thing? 3-3 for that game, okay. You're on the train. Nice, Pog. I'll stop in a second. I just thought I'd give chat a little bit extra time. I think we've gone over by like an hour on each of the last 3 streams, but again, it's one of these things where if I'm having a nice time, I don't want to stop. I'm going to stop now, though, just because we've done a transfer stream where we haven't really signed anybody, have sold a lot of people, and I've actually played a league game. I've done all of the things I do the least in one stream. What can I do? Which means next stream, we'll probably do all of the transfers that we didn't do today, as well as loads of league games, and probably by the time... Knowing me, because we'll have got about 5 hours on Thursday as well, we'll probably end up playing our first Champions League game, which is going to be somewhere around here, is it not? Oh, my legs are hurting now. So, I don't know who's going to be on at this exact time. Let us find out. Ooh, why did that just shuffle around? What the fuck? It just randomly reset itself. That was really, really strange. Let's do Kev. We met Kev at the weekend, and that was pleasure. It was a nice time. Boom. Lovely. Maybe if this pattern of one, where they were releasing some news on a Wednesday, maybe the next time we speak, we'll have more to talk about with the new FM potentially. So yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, my friends. I will probably do loads of shorts and stuff tomorrow, so I will see those for you as well. I will see those for you, know what I mean. Words are hard. I'm tired. Anyway, I'll see you guys very, very soon. Send you guys over to lovely Mr. United CFM. Hold your gun. Capybara. Bye-bye. Carlisle Honey. Pause.